Hi everybody, it's Matt here from the Birmingham and Black Country Amphibian and Reptile Group, and it's a lovely day, it's a nice weekend, so I thought why not go out, look for some reptiles, and we can just have a chat about, what sort of things you're looking for, where are reptiles found in Birmingham Black Country, what kind of habitats they are, and how do we record them, what do we do when we see a reptile? So first of all, we've got 6 native species of reptiles in our country, and in the Birmingham Black Country area we're lucky enough to get common lizards, slow worms, which are a legless lizard, but also grass snakes and adders. And if you see an adder, you're incredibly lucky. Unfortunately, they're in decline nationally, so if you see an adder, you're really lucky there. And the good thing is, reptiles are found in a whole variety of different habitats. So, today I've come out to this heathland environment. It's really nice, this time of year you've got the heather, which you can see there. It's coming out in this really nice purple colour. You've got some gorse down there. Reptiles, they love heathland, but they also like a few other different types of habitat, Wetlands are really important, ponds particularly for grass snakes. And you've also got, road and railway verges are really good. Your gardens and allotments as well are really important. Reptiles are really badly impacted by habitat fragmentation. So if you can provide a habitat area in your garden for our native reptiles, it really helps them out just by adding a compost heap, a small pond, and just a log pile in a south-facing area. It really does help with our native reptiles. So they're found in a whole variety of different habitats, and really when you're looking for reptiles, there's a few different things you need to take into consideration. So everyone talks about how reptiles are cold-blooded, okay? What that means is not that they're cold all of the time, but that they can't actually generate their own body temperature like we do. So they need an exterior way of getting that high body temperature, and usually they're using the sun, okay? So they like to bask, they like to lay out in the sun and get their body temperature nice and high. But that comes at a cost, because if they're laying out for too long, they're exposed to predators. So when we're going out looking for reptiles, we want to find an area where it's not too open and exposes them to predation and other risks, but also where it's open enough for them to get good access to the sunlight. I apologise if it's a bit windy, I hope you can hear me. So in a habitat like this heathland, what you want is a bit of structure to the vegetation. So you can see areas like this, where you've got the gorse which is growing up, the heather, sorry, not gorse. You can actually see here how a lizard or a slow worm or a snake maybe would sit along the edge here. You've also got things like these logs and log piles. These are magnets for lizards and other reptiles as they're finding a safe place to bask and bring their temperature up. Again, I've just been walking along a path here. You can actually see it a bit better if we come down here, but paths in these kind of environments are really good as well, because they provide a nice open space for them to get to the sun. But there's also, if you see along there, some vegetation along the edge of that path, so if they do get scared by a predator, they can run away. So when is it best to go and look for reptiles? Well, because they need to warm up, some of the best times to find them are either in the morning or in the early afternoon or early evening, when the last bit of sun is going down. So they're trying to catch those sun rays to bring their body temperature up, okay? Temperature, you don't want it too hot, okay? If it starts to get into the 20s degrees Celsius, they can reach their optimal body temperatures quite quickly, so they're more likely to be on the move looking for mates or possibly food. This time of year, actually, because we're now in late August, the majority of mating behaviour is now done, so we'll actually start seeing the juveniles coming out now, the little babies, which is really cool. But yeah, so lower temperatures between about 9 to 18 degrees Celsius are usually what you class as your optimal temperatures. So that's kind of, you know, what you're looking for. Somewhere where you would think, okay, I need to be able to hide, but I need to be able to bask as well. Where do I want to go? Is it the right temperature? Is it the right time of year? You can actually see reptiles pretty much all year round in theory. I mean, there have been photos of common lizards out basking on a nice sunny day in January even, but usually from around March, April time up until the end of September is when you're most likely to see them, because they're not hibernating away. And then finally, what do we do when we see our reptiles? Well, of course, it's really cool if you can get a photo, that's excellent. Don't get too close, try not to disturb them because they are very sensitive animals. But really what you should be doing is you should be recording your observations, because that way we can look and see where our populations are, how they're doing, and we can try and work out what we need to do to help protect them. Okay, for the Birmingham and Black Country area, we have something called EcoRecord, which is the record centre for the Birmingham and Black Country area. But there's also the Record Pool, which is a way of recording all of your reptile and amphibian sightings, and that's data from across the entire country. We'll pop a link in below this video so you know where to go, but make sure that if you're recording your wildlife or you're seeing your wildlife, you're recording it so we can actually do something with that observation, and that way you can become even more involved